At the office party, the atmosphere was electric. People laughed, music blasted, and glasses clinked. I was proud to have my wife with me, dressed in a stunning black dress. But when I tried to place my arm around her waist, she leaned close and whispered, "Don't hold on to me, it makes me look taken." The words didn't just sting, they carved a deep wound in my pride. I froze, my smile collapsing behind my drink. She didn't care. She walked off gracefully, already blending into the crowd of her colleagues as if I was nothing more than a stranger. My stomach twisted as I watched her laugh too loudly, touch arms too casually, and dance too closely with men who weren't her husband. I stood at the bar, staring into my glass while her coworker Mark approached me. "Rough night?" he asked. I gave a fake smile and muttered, "Just giving her space." But his sympathetic look told me what everyone else was already seeing. My wife was treating me like I didn't exist. When the DJ switched to a slow song, my chest burned with hope that she'd finally come back to me. But instead, she let another man lead her to the dance floor. They swayed close, her hand gripping his shoulder the way it used to grip mine. The betrayal was public, and everyone noticed. I clenched my fists, but I refused to cause a scene. I left the party early, texting her, "I'm going home. Enjoy your night." She didn't reply until an hour later, by which time I was already lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. When she finally walked in, she reeked of champagne and someone else's cologne. She didn't even try to explain. Days passed in silence. My wife acted as if nothing had happened, as if humiliating me in front of her entire office was normal. But I couldn't forget those words, "Don't hold on to me, it makes me look taken." That wasn't just a slip. It was the truth leaking out. She didn't want me anymore. One evening, I asked her directly, "Do you even want this marriage?" She hesitated before replying coldly, "I don't want to feel trapped." My chest went hollow, but my mind sharpened. That was all I needed to hear. I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I simply smiled and said, "Then don't feel trapped. You're free." She looked relieved, almost smug, believing she had crushed me completely. But what she didn't know was that her humiliation of me had lit a fire I intended to feed until it consumed her. You see, she worked at a company where I happened to know secrets, financial loopholes, shady dealings, and weak spots. She had bragged about her firm for years, never realizing I had paid close attention. If she wanted to play games in front of the same colleagues she humiliated me with, I would make sure she was destroyed in front of them too. I gathered evidence, quietly and carefully. Fraudulent expense reports, insider trading messages, backdoor deals, all tied directly to her and her favorite colleagues. I packaged everything neatly and anonymously sent it to HR, the board, and even the media. When the scandal broke, it was brutal. Her name was everywhere, her reputation shattered. The same co-workers she had flaunted herself with at the party turned their backs on her instantly. She wasn't just jobless, she was disgraced. And I watched from the sidelines, smiling, finally invisible no longer. The divorce papers were signed quickly. She thought I'd beg, but instead, she was the one begging for me to stay by her side during her downfall. I gave her the same words she once gave me, "Don't hold on, it makes you look taken." Then I walked away. Months later, at another corporate event I attended through my own work, she was there too. Alone, desperate, and whispering to anyone who would listen. Our eyes met for a brief second. I lifted my glass, smirked, and turned my back on her. The revenge was complete, not because I ruined her career, but because I proved that no one humiliates me and walks away untouched.